I would like to describe our approach, how we help using AI to optimize call centers and help desks. Basically, the problem of every call center is that it's only an expense, which means that if you reduce the number of agents in your call center, you save money. So as the traditional process looks like, you have some incoming calls and you need to handle them somehow. And the traditional way is that the incoming calls is connected to the agent and the agent is solving the problem. But there is definitely some set of questions, usually frequently asked questions, that has still the same answer. And it is not necessary to be solved again and again by the agent. So our approach is that if you are able to find what's the issue, what's the problem within the free speech that you have from the caller, from the customer, then you can use AI for the categorization of what is the question about, why the customer is calling, and if you are able to detect the topic, then you can detect if you are able to answer the question directly, if you already know the answer, or if the problem is more complicated and it's not possible to solve it by AI, by some pre-built answer, but you need to connect to the agent. But in this step, you already remove from the flow some questions that needs to be connected to the agent, because those questions are directly solved by the AI. So here you already reduced the overload on your agents. And moreover, if your agent is able to solve the problem, you can also use this resolution as a training data for the AI. So you can make the AI solver smarter and smarter, so it can learn in time. And finally, even if the problem needs to be solved by the agent, you can help the agent by summarizing the call so that the agent does not have to write own notes. And you can also provide the agent by other benefits, like, for example, you can use this data as the knowledge database for future calls, or you can assist the agent by the summary, and you can assist the agent by some AI assistant, as we will discuss later. So the flow of chatbot or voicebot is as follows. At the very beginning, you have a customer with some problem. So the customer is calling to the call center, and it is replied by a voicebot. And now our approach is that the voicebot needs to be able to classify the problem. So the voicebot needs to find how critical is the problem, what is the sentiment of the caller, what's the topic, why the customer is calling. And also the classifier needs to know something about the customer. So it needs at least some data from customer 360, like, for example, how premium is the customer, if it is priority customer or not. So the classifier can make the decision if it is able to solve it itself or if the problem needs an agent. So, for example, if the problem is not critical, the sentiment of the caller is positive or neutral, and it is not a primary customer, then we can solve it automatically. So that's this line. So we have a common problem which can be replied directly by the AI. So we have two options. First, we already know the answer, so it's frequently asked question. So we can just look into the database and returns the answer to the voicebot, and the voicebot just reads the answer. The other scenario is that it is not a major problem, it's not critical, and the sentiment is positive or neutral, and we use generative AI to produce the answer for the customer. So for those problems that we can understand pretty well and are not critical, we can automate the whole process. But there is also the third scenario, which corresponds to critical problems, which corresponds to for example, premium customers. For those calls that we want to handle manually, so we connect the call directly to the agent. And even for those calls, we can help the agent to optimize the process because we can provide the agent directly the summary of the call. So the agent does not have to ask again. And moreover, we can also provide the agent by the metadata about the customer because we know them from Customer 360. So for example, we can provide the customer by the information of the segment of the customer. We can provide the information about the products that the customer has. We can provide the agent the information about how long the customer is with us.